Hello and welcome to Power Tarot. Today we've got a pick a card to ask our spirit guides what is it that is blocking us from manifesting our heart's desire. So I've got 3 decks here corresponding with an oracle card deck. Here is the Goddess Tarot with the Moonology deck. I've got the classic Rider-Waite-Coleman-Smith deck with the Mother Mary Oracle deck, and then the Mucha deck with the Goddess of the Moon Oracle deck. So go ahead and just get a feel for those, whichever one's speaking to you. I've got a piece of amethyst here on the Goddess deck, a piece of carnelian on the Rider-Waite-Coleman-Smith deck, and a piece of jade on the Mucha deck. So just give you a second there, and the timestamps are going to be below for deck 1, deck 2, deck 3. Okay, for those of you who picked deck 1, what is it that is blocking you from getting everything your heart desires? What is it that is blocking you from getting everything that your heart desires? And I don't know if you can hear it, but the church bells are actually ringing outside of my window. Sounds lovely. What is blocking us? What is blocking those who chose stack 1 from getting everything their heart's desires? What is blocking them from manifesting everything their hearts desire? What is blocking them from manifesting everything their hearts desire? Okay, Prince of Pentacles reversed, the 8 of Swords reversed, and the 3 of Swords. Okay, so right now we are in a bit of a stalemate. So we're not manifesting what our heart desires. Probably wouldn't be watching this video if you were, right? So this is kind of our current situation. There's many opportunities that are available, but for some reason nothing is coming to fruition. We've been trying, all of these different ways to kind of manifest wealth, manifest security, and it's not like we're not trying. Like you've tried a lot of different things, and it just, things aren't horrible, right? They kind of fizzle out, right? So just any kind of new endeavor or any kind of way that you've tried to make money, it's been a little bit successful, but it hasn't brought you to that place in your life that you're really wanting to be. And so you're still looking for more, and so you're trying to get through, like trying to break through, like trying to find, like, what on earth is it that is keeping me from manifesting these things? And unfortunately, my dear, it is yourself. You have put yourself in your own cage through your self-limiting beliefs, whether deep down, no matter how many times you say it out loud on your subconscious level, deep down, maybe you feel that you really don't deserve wealth, that you really don't deserve security, that you really don't deserve that hearth and home that you desire, that somehow in your subconscious mind you are the one that is creating these blocks, and so we have to get through that, and the thing about it is you can, because it is self-imposed. There's nobody that can change this but you. There's nobody that can make this better. There's not some magic elixir. There's not some guru that can give you the, the quick way to get rich or whatever. It really is already inside of you. You just have to let it out, and you have to find those negative, self-doubting emotions. I get the feeling that you kind of beat up on yourself as much as you show the world and show the outside world that, everything's great and you put on a smile. Deep down inside, you're not happy. I just keep getting the word worthy. Like somehow you feel that you're just not worthy. And that makes me really sad, because you are. And I think on an intellectual level, you are, but it's that inner child, that inner really person that has been hurt and is kind of in pain, that is driving the car here, that's pulling the ropes and is keeping you from creating the life that you really want to be living right now. I think the good thing about this situation is that you can get out of this. This isn't something that is external necessarily, although it may seem like things keep kind of coming, and you think you're finally on your feet, and then bam, something else happens, and bam, something else happens. But this deeper, I think I'm hungry, this deeper inner turmoil that you're feeling, it is easily isn't the right word, but it is possible for you to move forward. So a lot of people see this Eight of Swords cards as kind of a negative card. But the thing about this card is, you can even see it just in the image. This woman here is, laying down. She's covered her eyes. She's not looking around. But if she were to just open up her eyes and stand up, she could walk out of this. None of these swords have pierced her in any way. It's kind of like this self-imposed cage, because she's not viewing the entire situation with open and honest eyes, right? So that is something that can be worked through. Now this Three of Swords here, I'm going to get a little clarification on this. What does this Three of Swords mean? What does this Three of Swords mean? Magic. Five of Cups. What does this Three of Swords mean? Prince of Swords. So with the Magician here, with Isis, with magic, and the Five of Cups, this you need to walk away. You need to walk away from things that are not serving you. So that's the decision that you need to make. And that's going to bring about the manifesting. The Magician, Isis, magic, card number 1. This is all about manifesting, bringing down from above to below, as above, so below, kind of energy, right? That is what you're wanting. And so in order to get to that place, you need to walk away. You need to walk away from these emotions that are not serving you, right? From the emotions that are keeping you in this cage. I know that's easier said than done, right? Find a mentor, find a teacher, find a therapist, right? There has to be some kind of possibly external person that can help you work through this. Ultimately, it's going to have to be you, but you don't have to do it alone, okay? You don't have to work through these blocks alone. you can find help and guidance, whether that be through a spiritual realm, a teacher, or even just kind of, diving into your books and things like that, kind of like self-care books, self-help books, things like that, to really kind of get down to the root and figure out. I have a feeling you know what it is, but if you don't, you need to go on a journey. I mean, look, this, she is on a journey, right? She's kind of wrapped up and ready to go on this long journey, and and kind of find that core truth, right? And then we have the reversed Prince of Swords. Again, so you're kind of unable to cut through what it is that's holding you back, this emotional baggage that is holding you back. I mean, so that's your block. It's emotional baggage. And so you need to be able to cut through that, to find it, cut it out of your life, realize that it's not serving you. Perhaps it did at one time. Perhaps this hurt and protection that you've kind of built around yourself was there for a reason at one time, for safety, for protection, but it's not serving you anymore. It's not serving you anymore because you now want to get here, right? You now want to get to the Magician, so that that you are manifesting everything that your heart desires. Okay, so it's those inner emotional blocks that's keeping you from moving forward. All right, so let's see what the Oracle card has to say for us. This deck is so hard for me to shuffle. It's really stiff. So let me do this. I want to give you a really, really good shuffle. So what advice will help us break free of these emotional blocks? What's going to help us break free of these emotional blocks that are keeping us from moving forward? What's going to help us? Bring love into the situation. Okay. Very nice. Bring love into the situation. So again, when I was talking about, finding like a mentor, a spiritual guider, a teacher, a therapist, somebody that loves you, right? Somebody that has, either professional love where they kind of have a distance, like some kind of therapist, or somebody who really has your best interest at heart, somebody that truly does love you. Also, giving out love brings love back to us, right? So if we've been closed off, if we've been in this like self-imposed cage, we haven't been able to give our love to other people. So if we can open our heart to other people, that love is going to come back to us. It's going to renew us. It's going to give us energy, and it's going to help break up those mental blocks that we've created for ourselves. Okay, so group number 1, thank you so much. Remember to subscribe. I do daily tarot readings, so you can subscribe and see those every day. Thanks, and best of luck to you. Okay, those of you who chose group number 2, here is your reading. So we're looking for what is blocking us from manifesting everything that our heart desires. What is blocking us from manifesting everything that our heart desires? What is blocking group 2 from manifesting everything their heart desires? What is blocking group 2 from manifesting everything their heart desires? What is blocking group 2 from manifesting everything their heart desires? Okay. So, currently we're not saving for the future. We're not putting things away like we'd like to. And that's causing us some anxiety. We'd like to really have a nice stockpile for ourselves, for our future, for our family, for our loved ones, for even future generations. And we're just not being able to do that at all. We may be living paycheck to paycheck. We may be spending a little too freely. It might just be flowing out faster than it's coming in. It might be that this is kind of out of our control. Perhaps there's been some unexpected bills, root canal, tree fill on the house, like stuff that is just making money flow out so that we can't build that nice nest that we really, really desire. So that's kind of what's going on with us at the present. In order to get through this feeling of lack and feeling of insecurity, we really need to be able to open ourselves up to source and to a higher guidance. So you see here the Lovers here, they're naked. They're not hiding anything. They are truly opened to the source and to the divine. And with that kind of openness and honesty, it's going to help break these bonds that we have around ourselves, whether they be self-imposed or imposed by outside forces. So by kind of getting naked, so to speak, opens ourselves up to source energy, and opens ourselves up to the divine. With this energy, this is a partnership energy. So we may have a partner that is not on board with getting our finances the way we want to be. So, our partner may be, just spending willy-nilly or buying things that are out of our means, out of our budget, and they're kind of, draining the bank account, so to speak. And so this really is a partnership that has to work in unison in order to be able to get to that place that we want to be, right? To get to that place of stability that we are really looking for, okay? So there might need to be some really candid, honest conversations that happen, and they might be very difficult. But if you're okay, I'm so sorry about that. My memory card died. Anyway, what I was going to say is it might even be sitting down and making a budget, like for real, like just old school, like sitting down and really writing out a budget together, because you're not on the same page with your partner, and so you've got to get on the same page. So that's really what I recommend. I mean, whether you do Quicken or something like that, do a Dave Ramsey course, or just sit down old fashioned and, here's what's coming in, here's what's going out, here's what's left over, if there's anything left over at all. And this is what we're going to do to move forward. You might have to cut some things out for a little bit, in order to get that squared away, because the universe is not going to give you $1 million if you're not ready for $1 million. Like, you hear about it all the time, these people who win the lottery and they're broke within like a couple months because they go out and they buy a mansion and a bunch of cars and all this stuff, and then they don't have any money left. They weren't ready for that kind of money, right? They didn't have that financial education that it took to manage that kind of wealth, right? So if you're not ready for it, the universe is not going to provide it for you. So really, you need to get your ducks in a row. You need to get your house in order so that you are set up and ready to receive that wealth. And you know what? And you have the Seven of Wands here. this is a card of struggle. Reverse, it's a card of easiness, right? That's going to be the outcome. It's going to be easy. You got to get your house in order so that your life can be easy, right? That's what you want. That's what you want when you're worried about not having enough in the bank, when you're worried about not having a safety net, when you're worried about not having that nest. You will, right? Do the work. It's going to be work. It might not be easy. There might be some really tough conversations, some long nights, some tears, but do the work and you'll have that peace of mind. So let's see what Mother Mary has to say. What can she offer us as far as guidance and helping us have those difficult conversations and helping us do that difficult work, because it's not easy. Like this block that you have, it's real. And it's something that you're gonna need. You're gonna need some help. Oh, this deck is really hard to. I am not the best at shuffling oracle cards. If y'all haven't. All right, let's see what we've got there. Our Lady of Comfort. Yes, absolutely. Oh my God. Okay, she just wants to send them all to you. Mother Mary is just here to take your burdens. She is here to take your burdens. So Our Lady of Comfort, have comfort that this is going to work out for you. Okay? Have comfort that this is solvable. Okay? This isn't something that you can't solve. This is absolutely doable. You just have to do the work. So you know what? When you're having those late nights, those tear-filled nights, give it to Mary. Okay. And then what's our card that I actually want to pull? Our Lady of the Sacred Sun. See, and that's really nice because we're talking about building wealth and building, you know, money for our future generations, right? So having that love for those people who are coming after us, or for those people that we want to protect, that's the energy that we want to keep in our mind's eye. That is why we are doing this kind of work, right? For that, for that love of family and that love of hearth and that love of home, right? Like, we are going to put ourselves through some difficult times in order to get to the place where we are then protecting both ourselves and other people, right? And that brings us comfort. And, you know, this energy can help us get there. Okay, well, thank you, Group 2. Good luck. You've got some work to do. I hope this resonated with you. If it didn't, take what resonated and leave the rest. And I'll see you again next time. Make sure to subscribe. I do daily readings every day. Thank you so much. Okay, Group 3. Thank you. So let's see. What blocks are keeping Group 3 from manifesting everything their heart desires? What blocks are keeping Group 3 from manifesting everything their heart desires? What blocks are keeping Group 3 from manifesting everything their heart desires? What blocks are keeping Group 3 from manifesting everything their heart desires? And the light is coming in and out of the window, so I apologize if the lighting gets a little weird. The sun is getting ready to set. All right, we got one that popped. Justice reversed. Interesting. Queen of Pentacles reversed, Strength, and the Page of Wands. Okay, so right off the bat, Justice reversed popped out. So there is something that is not fair. There's something outside of your control that is bringing you some discord. And then we have here the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Normally this is a very mature energy, you know, a very kind of stable and protective energy. She's an earth energy. She's really grounded. And so whatever is going on externally is making you ungrounded. It's making you feel very unstable right now, very unstable. Let's get some clarification on what is it. Let's see, this popped. The world. What is it that is affecting us? The world is affecting us. It's the world. Seven of Cups. So it's it's almost like we have too many choices. That it's like we can't even focus and get our house in order because there's so much coming at us all at once. Like, oh my gosh, like slow down. Like why is so much coming at us? And it might not all be bad. There might be actually a lot of opportunities coming our way, but there are like so many that we can't even focus. We can't even make a decision. Yeah, like that's really, that's a lot. That's a lot to bear, I feel like. And we can't even like wrap our heads around it because there are all of these like really kind of amazing things being like shown to us, you know, like all of these amazing things could happen, but you know, some of them are going to be bad and some of them are going to be good, and we can't even see straight enough to like know which one it is that we need to follow, right? That we need to take that path. So like we're really kind of in this like moment of indecision right now. What the heck are we going to do? And so this hurdle and something that we need to work on to get over it is focusing on our strength. Okay. So really digging down deep and saying, what is it that I am good at? What is it that I know I am good at? What knowledge do I already have, right? Because some of these might require going back to school. They might require gaining more knowledge. But what right now do I know I can do? Because that's the one that we need to focus on right now. That's the one. So dig in deep. What are your strengths? Are you a good communicator? Are you an excellent listener? Are you good at taking care of other people? Are you very loving? Are you very generous? Are you very stingy? Like, what is it that you're good at? It's a, you know, if you're stingy, you're stingy. Like, be the best at being stingy that you can be, you know, and like really hone in on those strengths, right? Are you better at being kind of intellectual in your head, or are you better at kind of using your hands, creating things, making things, right? So what is it out of all of these choices that you have and all of these kind of different opportunities? What can you do right now? Go with that one. Go with that one. And this Knave of Wands is bringing that energy to you. Like as soon as you decide on one, he's going to bring kind of that like intellectual knowledge and career advancement. Or, you know, maybe career isn't the right word, but like those accolades that you want, like those are in reach once you start utilizing your strengths. Okay. So those things that you are good on. So really meditate on that, right? If you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm good at. Like Okay, I'm sorry, like my stupid memory card is having the worst. So anyway, so find what it is that you're good at and everything's going to be golden. So we need to find out what the oracle card is going to tell us. This is the Goddess of the Moon Oracle. All right, so what energy do we need to harness that's going to help us recognize our strength so that we can move through this block and start manifesting everything our hearts desire? All right, what is it? What is the advice that we need to hear? The Void, Dark Moon. Okay, so this is like at the end of a moon cycle. This is when you go inside and you kind of give in to shadow self. You become reclusive. Like this is actually a really nice time at kind of an end. You know, the moon has become full. It's waning, and it's right before a new moon. And so this is a great time for self-reflection, which is exactly what you need to do. Okay, it's exactly what you need to do, because that is going to help you really recognize your strengths so that you can move forward. Okay, so some deep meditation, some deep soul searching, some deep dives. You know, maybe you need to kind of lock yourself in a room and pray a bit, right? So you've got to find a way to tap into that inner strength and those things that you know that you are good at. Okay, so this is going to be the way that you can do that, and it's going to help you. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm like barely in screen right there. Okay, anyway, deep dives. Okie dokie. All right, best of luck. Thanks so much for joining me. Make sure to subscribe. I do daily readings. Okay, so subscribe and get those in your subscription thing. Thanks so much, and I will see you soon. Bye.